There it is. All right, there we go. Three, two, and one. Well, Mayor Wiza, welcome back. It is that time again. Time for us to chat about what's going on in Stevens Point. And you were just telling me that there actually is nothing going on in Stevens Point. Is that correct?
Not today. We decided as a community to take the day off. So we're not doing anything today.
Okay.
No, that's not true at all. We've got
So the city bus is not running. So yeah,
right,
no,
we're just shutting her all down. I got a
exactly.
power switch in the office and we just
Oh, that
like
switch does exist.
it does. And
Okay.
I did it wrong. It's more of the Obi-Wan Kenobi and the Death Star one where you grab it like this
Okay.
because we have a
Okay.
tractor beam, but it's actual for actual tractors.
Okay.
Being here in central Wisconsin, yeah.
Wait.
An
Awesome.
actual
Well,
tractor
well,
beam.
in that case, our work here is done, and we'll talk to you again next month.
Yeah, well, it's Brian Lepek's birthday today, if that's something. But nah,
Nah.
we had a few things coming up though.
Right.
We started our comprehensive plan again. So about every 10 years or so, every city is supposed to be kind of like update their comprehensive plan. Now, our comprehensive plan is kind of a roadmap or a guidebook on what direction our community wants to go in the next 10 years. It doesn't mean that we follow it to a T and that there has to be a stop sign here and the blue houses have to be here. But it's generally, what do you want to see more of? What do you want to see less of? Where do we focus our priorities? For a very long time, and as long as I'm going to be mayor, it's going to be a priority. We focus on sustainability, for example. So we're always looking at ways to become less carbon-based fuel dependent. We're in the process right now of finding a way to allow smaller residential wind turbines in the city. When we say turbine, you think massive things, but no, individual residential rooftop type models. We've been a Soul Smart community for a very long time. We have GPSs on our plow trucks and garbage trucks to increase our efficiency. Of course, LED and motion lighting, all of these standard things. But I think that's going to be one of our focuses. This year or this round on our comprehensive plan, we're going to be trying to focus a little bit more on neighborhoods. So different sections of town, whether we have 8 or 10, we don't know yet. But what might be good for the north side might be completely irrelevant for the far east side, for example. So by breaking them into neighborhoods or regions of the city, we are prioritizing those smaller wants and hopes, I guess, if you will. Generally speaking, a lot of the community members want something that's more neighborhood oriented, walkable. The days of walking down to the corner grocery store. Some people want that back. So we're going to give them an opportunity to weigh in on that. And we're going to do all sorts of things. Right now, there's a survey online at stevenspoint.com where you can take a look at some of the questions and gauge your personal priorities. So we have that input. We are doing these things called block parties now. Rather than having a formal meeting where everybody's, we are going to have more of a social environment. So we're creating some regional block type parties within those neighborhoods. So we'll have some entertainment, some activities, and giving people an opportunity to tell us what's important to them. And then we're going to go even further and go to where the people are. So we have people, including myself, that are going to be going out to, let's say, Zest Bakery. We've got that one scheduled already, where we're just going to hang around, and as people come in to get their coffee, we'll do it after they get their coffee so they don't punch us in the throat. But we'll ask you, what are your priorities? What do you like? What do you not like? And we've got several of those that are going to be planned also. This process will take a year or more, but we want that input because this is kind of our guiding document for the next decade or so.
Yeah, and like you said, it doesn't mean that everything that's in there is actually going to get done. It means that this is the direction that we'd like to go, because if you don't have that roadmap, what does the old saying go? He who aims at nothing is certain to hit it, right?
Yep.
So yeah, we'll
You
be
never
looking.
know where you've been until you're somewhere else.
Yeah, indeed. So yeah, I'm always interested to see what goes into this and where it ends up going. So I guess obviously we put this together, you'll publish this document, and then we check up again on you in about 2032, right?
Not quite that long. No,
Okay.
we'll have to start that process earlier. So 20, 30, 31, maybe. So
Okay.
we have it set for 2032. But we evaluate ourselves based on that comprehensive plan periodically. How are we achieving some of these goals that we've outlined that we wanted to do? Does this particular development or decision tie to that goal or that direction somehow? And if not, maybe we revise our comprehensive plan in between the 10-year periods.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we want a convention center down by the river, and then 5 years from now, we're like, oh no, that's probably not a good idea because we've, I don't know, something. We can revise our comprehensive plan, but it's really just kind of a guiding document. I would invite you, Michael, to participate as an observer. If you want to see the process, how the sausage gets made, so to speak, come on
Right.
down to one of our block party meetings or something like that. We're not gonna ask you to leave just because you're one of those people who live outside the city.
Right.
But yeah, come on down.
Absolutely. We may certainly take you up on that, especially if you're going to be buying coffee or other baked goods at
It,
Zest during
I'm
this
not
time.
buying them for anybody. I'll be there. For
Sure.
you, I might. Yeah, I might get you a scone or something. Have you ever been to
Hey,
Zest?
I have. I have.
Yeah, fabulous stuff. And I
Yeah,
don't think we
yeah,
should be plugging
great
anything,
hot
but
chocolate. Great hot chocolate. I
yeah,
still
I
can't do
love
coffee.
they do themes every once in a while, and I
Yep.
just love the creativeness of those themed drinks or themed
Yep.
baked goods. So that's cool. Speaking of
Indeed.
that, that's one of the reasons that I don't know if you've heard yet. We've
Mhm.
had a plane and a blimp flying over the city since it was announced, but we have been voted and selected as one of the top 10 best college towns to live in. So we're bragging about that one as much as we
Mhm.
can. I sent Mayor Katie a nana nana boo boo stick your head in doo doo note, but no, I didn't. No, but it's really nice because anybody who lives here or even
Mhm.
near here knows that we're pretty darn awesome here in
Mhm.
Stevens Point. But the fact that companies outside of Wisconsin are starting to pick up on these things more and more, really, that really kind of makes me proud because I've been in office now since 2015, and we've added a ton of stuff. I mean, you know this, Michael. We've been talking about them every month now for however many years.
Mhm.
But it's the cool little creative things that cost almost no money. Our public piano, for example, or live music. We got live music every Wednesday at the band shell. Live music every Wednesday at our public square. Some private businesses, PJ's Goose, they've got live music. Thursday nights we've got Levitt Amp through Create Portage County, so live music there. Friday nights live music. We've got so much going on. The park systems, the Green Circle Trail, our little creative crosswalk, the murals that we have, our garbage truck art that should be kicking off here any day now. All of those little things play a little piece in
Mhm.
making us one of those top 10 best communities to live in. And it's not really surprising to me that we are making these lists more and more. And I know we're going to continue to do everything we can to make sure we're making lists. As a matter of fact, I might even add that to our comprehensive plan, that we have a goal every
Yeah.
year to get voted the top 10 best of something.
Best of something. Yeah.
So
And
maybe we'll add that.
I know another thing that really plays into some of these rankings too. I guess depending on which publication they come from, but especially when you're talking about college kids, is the opportunities thereafter. Because I know in
Mm-hmm.
Stevens Point right now, just like everybody else, you've got all kinds of open jobs. You've got manufacturing jobs. You've got healthcare expansion that's going on down there. You've constantly got new restaurants opening. And oh, by the way, you have open space for those that might want to be a business owner of some sort
Mm-hmm.
after college, and they can have those opportunities right there in Stevens Point. That's a huge factor in a lot of these rankings when you're talking about college.
And it is, and it's not just college. I mean, tech school. We just had a site dedication for Mid-State Technical College's Advanced Manufacturing Center. AMETA is what they're calling it as an acronym, Advanced Manufacturing Technology. I'm not going to get it wrong. I apologize. But we're going to have that new state-of-the-art facility there for machining. And we've had over 100 different contributors to that particular project, which shows how much community support is behind it. Martin Machining, the Village of Plover, Skyward, Wayne Bushman. I could go on and on with all of the companies that put their money behind it, because that's really what it's about. It's about growing the best trained, useful workforce we possibly can. And even with UWSP, people come here and they wind up staying here. My best friend came here to go to college. We met in college and he stayed. He works at Donaldson's right now. My wife came here to go to college, met the best guy in the world. And after he dumped her, she took me. And, but she's working at Century. We've got insurance companies, we've got tech companies, we've got manufacturing, we've got machining. Any job field is going to have a little piece here in Stevens Point. But you're absolutely right. Those are the factors that continually start getting us on these top 10 places to live.
Yeah, I'm living proof of it as well, because for the first 3-4 years of my career, I stayed in the city that I went to college in. Yeah, it can happen, and you can become a contributor there because that university is there to give you that opportunity. One more thing we've got to talk about before we let you go. Obviously, the other thing that's been being towed behind an airplane and a blimp in Stevens Point, besides being named one of the top 10 college towns in America, everybody's talking about the road referendum project. Give us a refresher of what this is about and why it's important that everybody show up next Tuesday to cast their ballots in the primary election.
Yeah, well, they're not blimps and planes; they're fighter jets and dive bombers. That's what it is. So on August 9th, we have a referendum question along with all of the other primaries that are on the ballot. I urge you to vote. You don't have to wait till Tuesday. You can do it today through early voting at City Hall. We've had people coming in for the last week-ish asking about it and getting ready to vote. I know last Thursday and Friday, the halls were packed with people doing early voting, so you don't have to wait that long. But we have a referendum question that's related to transportation. It's not even just roads. It's related to transportation, and that's the word that's in the referendum. But it was driven by the fact that there's some division on Division Street and how it should look. Some of the business owners and residents think that it should remain 4 lanes. And whatever we need to do to rebuild it in that form somehow should be done, because more lanes is more traffic past their business and easier to get around, because traffic is moving at a little quicker pace, perhaps. I don't know. And then there's a group that want to reduce the number of lanes, therefore slowing traffic down, providing some extra space between the road and pedestrians, or maybe even putting in some bike accommodations. Our community is divided on this, and the referendum question says, should the city of Stevens Point take it to a public vote anytime there's a transportation project greater than $1 million, which is a lot. Every year we have transportation related projects that exceed $1 million, but the word transportation is much more encompassing, because we're not talking about just cars and trucks on roads. We're talking about rails, trains. So rail spurs going into our industrial park. We're talking about airport. We're redoing our runway right now, clearly more than $1 million. But if we have to do the other runway next year, that's a transportation project. Public transportation, buses, our bus garage. Now buses aren't quite at $1 million a piece yet, but they're getting there. And if you buy multiple buses in one purchase order, that'll put you over $1 million too. So it will impact the city either way, whether you vote yes or vote no. But if you vote yes, that means you're in favor of every one of those transportation projects greater than $1 million coming to a public vote. If you vote no and it fails, we still have that divisiveness in regards to the Business 51 design. So it's really challenging. I encourage people, if you have questions, ask. We want to provide you with the best information we possibly can so you can make the decision that's best for you.
Yeah, indeed. And you brought up a lot of great points there. I think something that we haven't talked about yet, the fact that the word transportation is in there, meaning that this could impact all of those other projects as well, is something that you definitely want people to take into account when they vote. And I'm guessing, from where you're sitting, you're not telling people to vote yes, you're not telling people to vote no. You just want them to be informed, correct?
I want you to have accurate information. This is in no way a plea to encourage you to vote one way or the other. You vote with what you think you need to do. I just want to make sure you have the correct information to make that decision.
And then how can people get a hold of that? I'm sure if they, call your office, you've got something like that, but you'd also got it out online on the internet,
Yep.
anywhere else.
So we've got lots of information on the Business 51 project in general at stevenspoint.com. / business 51, I think. But if you Google business 51 or search for it on our website, you'll definitely see it. We did a video with the director of public works a while ago. That's on our Facebook page, social media, YouTube channel. And those are your official sources. There's a lot of information floating around on the internet through social media, Facebook, what have you, and road signs. My God, the yard signs are crazy. I should have invested in corrugated plastic at some point. I could retire by now. And then, this is played on Monday, so we won't know if somebody won the Mega Millions, right? It's like $1 billion.
No,
we'll know by then someone won, but we don't know now.
We will, yeah. But as we're talking right now, we don't.
We don't. Right. I gotta go buy a ticket. So if I win, don't play this on Monday because I'll be gone.
Okay.
I want to buy an island.
All right. And, but then if I win, I'm still going to play this because I put the work in to do it. So I'm gonna see the fruit of my labor one way or another.
Here's what we do. We're gonna make a pinky swear right now.
Okay. All right.
If either one of us wins,
okay,
we're gonna scratch this whole recording.
Okay.
We're gonna fly to a tropical island somewhere, maybe buy it on our private jet, fly to our tropical island, and we will re-record this sipping drinks out of a coconut with little umbrellas in them, and we'll re-record it. All right, pinky swear.
I'm all for that. I am all for that. Although I may fly to Iceland.
That's an island.
It's not tropical, but it's an island. Yeah.
All right, we'll say island. We'll leave it wide open.
Yeah, let's say island.
Australia.
Yeah. Perfect.
Where else are you gonna find a wallaby?
Exactly. I could use some good kangaroo jerky. Awesome. Mayor Wiza, we appreciate the time, and we'll look forward to splitting the Mega Millions.
I was thinking kangaroo with like a built-in drink holder. You're talking about cooking it over a spit or something.
Exactly. Right. Kangaroo jerky. I tell you what, it's great stuff.
Michael, you have a great week. All right.
You as well.
See you later.